Security Advisory Board, Research and Innovation Council. On the foreign scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin demands more land to end Ukraine war. These and more shortly. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I am Adibimpe Omotayo. Now, President Bola Tinubu says the federal government will set a new national minimum wage based on what the country can afford. He said this while speaking at the 25th Democracy Day anniversary dinner at the Presidential Villa. Speaking to the leaders of the National Assembly in Abuja, the president says the government will do what is expected and pay what it can afford. The president acknowledged Nigeria's complexity and diversity and emphasized that democratic governance remains the best road to success in any country. Tinubu added that Nigeria can feed its citizens and the nation will be successful if all citizens unite to pass on the charter of Nigeria's value system. Recall, the parties had engaged in prolonged talks for weeks, with the unions insisting on 250,000 naira minimum wage, while the federal government and the organized private sector offered 62,000 naira. Now, the Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetokun, has suspended special promotions within the force with immediate effect. The police boss made this known while decorating newly promoted top officers of the police force in Abuja. He condemned some officers who lobby for special promotions, noting that henceforth anyone recommended by politicians and influential personalities in society would be disciplined. Egbetokun added that when there is a need for any officer to be promoted specially, the issue will be handled by the police management. He also banned undue soliciting for posting, and anyone found guilty of this act would be dealt with in accordance with the law of the force. Meanwhile, the police boss decorated 15 senior police officers who were recently promoted. Those newly decorated include 1 Deputy Inspector General of Police, 11 Assistant Inspectors General of Police, and 15 Commissioners of Police. Egbetokun advised the newly promoted officers to live up to expectations and be a good example to the junior officers. Here in Lagos, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu assures that the Smart City initiative, which leverages on technology, will cut across every sector of Lagos economy. He made this known while inaugurating the Lagos State Cybersecurity Advisory Board and the Lagos State Science, Research and Innovation Council. Correspondent Olubukola Akinkolosho reports.
For any administration to thrive, there must be an effective and efficient team to drive the success of its agenda. Technology, despite its uniqueness and dynamics in development, can be marred by unscrupulous elements who engage in cybercrime. In realizing its dream of a Lagos that works for all, a 7-man cybersecurity advisory board was inaugurated by the Lagos State Governor. Representing Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Amzat, who says the Cybersecurity Advisory Board is tasked with developing and driving a robust cybersecurity framework for the state. He says the public-private collaboration is the strength of the council, ensuring a holistic cybersecurity approach which benefits both the government and the broader Lagos economy.
Our state, Lagos, stands as a beacon of development in this region, and today marks a significant milestone in enhancing and sustaining our data IT and technology efforts. We entrust the Cyber Security Advisory Council with the mandate to establish a robust protection ecosystem that will ultimately safeguard the quality of life for all our citizens.
The inauguration of this cybersecurity board is another milestone in Lagos, as it is a testament to the developmental drive which will not only secure the assets in the state, but also the future in the Lagos economic development. The board comprises of 1 female and 6 males, led by its chairman, Dr. Osakwe Fene. Also inaugurating a 14-man Lagos State Science Research and Innovation Council, Governor Sanwo-Olu says the council is expected to focus on increased funding and support, collaboration and partnership, capacity building, focus on local challenges, promotion of a culture of innovation, and seed fund.
We are committed to increase these successes, especially with the provision of last year's street fund to the tune of 1 billion naira in the first tranche payment to the council. We believe this fund will continue to catalyze development in our dear state. It is therefore the administration's expectation that the new Last Street Board, inaugurated today, will work assiduously towards ensuring the realization of our collective goal and aspiration.
The Lagos State Science Research and Innovation Council is headed by Professor Olumuyiwa Odusonya. Members of the Lagos State Cybersecurity Advisory Board and the Lagos State Science Research and Innovation Council have been saddled with the responsibility to drive the agenda of the Smart City Initiative of the state. Olubukola Akin Kolusho, LTV News.
Now, as part of its commitment to addressing maternal mortality in the Federal Capital Territory, the Health Services and Environment Secretary, through the Minister, Nyesom Wike, has organized a medical outreach as a way of strengthening the health system. The Minister, who was represented by the Mandate Secretary, Health Services and Environment, Dr. Adedolapo Fashawe in Kuje and outskirts of Abuja, stressed the need for health care to be accessible, affordable, and within reach to every citizen of the country.
Renewed hope is not only in infrastructure, it is also in the kind of services we offer to our people. I want you to talk to people here today. Everybody has received free health care. And this will not be sustainable if tomorrow they go to our primary health care centers and they cannot get the same thing. We have used this media to prove to the people of FCT and the people of Kuje that this government is serious about their health care, and everything they have seen here today will be available in their nearest primary health care center.
Dr. Fashawe says the program does not only offer free healthcare services, but also gives the opportunity to register under the FCT Free Health Insurance Scheme, as well as making all equipment used at the venue available in their nearest health care centers. He therefore urged for sustainability of what have been provided to ensure quality health care delivery, as 500 cooking gas were gifted to the Kuje pregnant women in order to promote healthy cooking and clean air.
I'm happy to announce that most of the equipment you see here today will be left behind in Kuje Area Council. We will equip the primary health care centers. We will upgrade the hospitals.
Some inhabitants of the area acknowledge that the project is first of its kind in Kuje Area Council, and they appreciate the FCT Minister and Minister of State for this gesture. The beneficiaries also expressed gratitude for the cooking gas, free medical checkup and free drugs given to them. The Lagos State government has commemorated World Blood Donor Day with a call for more voluntary blood donors. Health correspondent Aminat Elegushi reports.
Another year to celebrate voluntary blood donors for their life-saving gift of blood. commemorated on the 14th of June every year. World Blood Donor Day also serves as an avenue to create awareness about the need for safe blood. Here in Lagos, the state government commemorated the day with an awareness work which started from the JJT Park round Alausa and its environs. Here, medical experts highlighted the various benefits of blood donation.
We did a walk round and we were able to sensitize people to come and donate more blood and more blood, because we know that if you donate blood, you're saving lives. And of course, the theme for this year's event is to thank our blood donors, and we continue to thank them and we'll continue to thank them so that they can continue to donate more blood and so that we could save more lives.
There are actually so many myths associated with giving blood. A lot of people feel that they don't even have enough themselves, talk less of giving other people blood. But this is actually a misconception, because before you donate blood, tests are actually carried out, and it shows that once you even give 1 pint of blood, you can actually save 3 lives. So that's just the myth. There are other myths concerned with blood transfusion, such as people feel that when they donate blood, they would actually fall ill. This is actually not true. This is a myth, it's a misconception, and it's one that we are also trying to correct on a day like this by spreading facts and facts only about blood transfusion.
Blood cannot be produced in any part of the body. It has to be donated. There are many studies being done, like oxygen carriers, but we still do not have the absolute alternative or substitute for blood. So there is no substitute for blood. We have to donate it. Also, once blood comes out of the body, it has an expiry date, When it gets there, 35 to 42 days, blood cannot be used any longer. So there is a need to continually donate blood to fill up the blood banks.
The blood donors, who are called the heroes, shared their experiences and advised Nigerians to embrace the culture of blood donation.
The blood cells, they live and die, they have their lifespan. So by the time you donate consistently, you replenish, fresh blood comes in, and
The 2024 World Blood Donor Day, which is also marking 20 years of the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Committee, has its theme, 20 years of celebrating giving. Thank you, blood donors.
Local government authorities have been advised to join the awareness campaign on compliance with the Lagos State Physical Planning laws and its benefits. This emphasis is coming at an interactive session with local government chairmen and other stakeholders in the built sector on mitigating incessant building collapses in Lagos State. Adekola Hastro compiled this report.
In recent time, the Lagos State government has continued to initiate strategies in sensitizing Lagos residents on the need to build in accordance with stipulated planning laws to prevent building collapses and avoidable loss of lives during emergencies due to road blockades.
A lot of the creative and imaginative development effort being done with vigor, commitment and passion across many of our local governments in Lagos State.
This interactive session with local government chairmen and professionals in the built sector is another initiative that will leverage on the administrative structure of the third tier of government in increasing the awareness at grassroots.
It is very important for us now to really look into our planning, and planning starts from the local government. And when we are talking about planning from the local government, the thing expands into even the state. And there is nothing the state is going to do without discussing with the local planning authority. It's not another version of building control. They are building control officers. They are being employed by the government to assist Lagos State building control and to make sure that we have a good environment.
Well, the take-home is that between the state and the local government, there should be a synergy. We must work hand in hand together to ensure that this menace of building collapsing should come to an end.
Speaking at the event organized by the Lagos State Building Control Agency, Special Advisor to the Governor on EGs, Afolabi Abiodun, says the aim is to ensure Lagosians embrace willful compliance to all laws guiding building construction.
The local government, being the closest tier of government to the people, we must as much as possible work with them. Whether it is through dissemination of information to the populace within the local government, or the planning and construction of the physical spaces to ensure that private projects, that the local government understand that they should, as much as possible, protect all of the extant laws and rules and regulations that we have within the built environment, to guide their localities.
All other agencies should emulate this. Let there be a collaboration with the local government chairman. Of course, the local government chairman are the closest to the grassroots. They are the ones that can actually talk to people in the communities for a better Lagos.
Under this framework, the local government system will now assist the state government in addressing the challenges surrounding inadequate infrastructure and traffic jams.
The 3-day residential workshop for the Lagos Boy Child Initiative has ended with a call on the need to promote access to quality education for vulnerable male children and working on their future investments. First Lady of Lagos, Dr. Bijoke Sanwo-Olu, invited notable Nigerians to give the boys the needed push to aspire to be great in life. Adetola Kayode reports.
Mentoring is a dynamic process that fosters growth, encourages resilience, and nurtures the potential within individuals to lead and inspire others. No wonder the First Lady of Lagos, Bijoke Sanwo-Olu, is using this tool amongst other strategies to help inspire and educate the boy child into having a prosperous future. At the final day of the 3-day residential workshop of the Lagos Boy Child Initiative held at the Lagos State Model College, Mera, the boys had the pleasure of listening to the experiences and words of advice of some big names in various fields in the society. They did not mince words at dishing out nuggets that will make them great in life.
Make a decision to either want to be somebody that is ready to shape people's life positively or to shape it out negatively. Look back, I don't see them as hurdles. I just see them as things that I have to surmount to get to where I am. In life, you'd always face challenges.
You want to achieve a goal, you aspire to achieve a goal, whatever it is, you have to be dedicated to it, committed to it.
Take responsibilities, don't blame government, solve the problem that is closest to you, and your world will open up to you.
For Dr. Sanwo-Olu, the brain behind the Lagos Boy Child Initiative, it is high time Nigerians stepped aside from the norm of training only the girl child, but also pay greater attention to educating the boy child. This drive is to raise awareness on the rights and welfare of the boy child, whilst building a new generation of transformed male children who will contribute positively to the society.
Boys have rights too. The children have rights out there. There's a lot of things that are happening in the society. Sometimes they deprive the boys of doing certain things, they deprive the girls of doing certain things, but we want to correct that notion that they all have rights. You have to struggle as much as possible to ensure that the basic education, secondary education, the child must achieve that. There's no excuse for it. 0 to 18, every child has the right.
Why am I here?
As the 2024 Lagos Boy Child Initiative wraps up, the 250 boys had a great time learning from seminars, tours, and life-changing experiences, which they say is worth the while.
Even in primary school, I have learned about drug abuse. But when you go further, you know that these drug substances, they are way more than things that we just see. It can destroy someone's life. It can destroy the family, the nation, the society, even the economy at large. So I advise everyone out there to stop the usage of drug abuse, because it is something that is going to ruin your entire life.
The opportunity to experience what not many young boys have the opportunity to, and now this is only possible because of the First Lady. She has enabled us to experience so many talks, so many seminars, so many panel sessions that has enlightened us on the right way to go in life.
This is the best experience I've ever had. This is the first day I've seen the First Lady of the Lagos State and our Governor of Lagos State. Advice to my mates to work on your goals and make it in life.
The theme of the residential workshop is awakening the boy child towards becoming a change agent. Adetola Kayode, LTV News.
Especially youths identify and solve some of the challenges facing the nation, a number of the systemic problems will gradually disappear. Lagos State Head of Service Bodia Guru was of this opinion while congratulating fellows of the Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy who have rehabilitated the Sherry Primary Health Center for the good of the people. Adetola Kayode reports.
The governor's wife, while speaking before the lawmakers, said the growing neglect of the boy child could adversely affect their well-being and threaten the future, adding that the main objective of the Lagos Boy Child Initiative is to raise awareness on the rights and welfare of the male child.
We have realized that there are quite a number of vulnerable children out there. They are victims of circumstances by no fault of their own. You find them under the bridge, on the streets, and they are exposed to a lot of bad vices out there. We have to try and avoid that. We are advocates saying that they have a right to education. We're in support of the Child's Rights Law. We want to continuously advocate and emphasize that the male child has equal opportunities and education must be promoted in the life of that child.
She said the initiative presented different opportunities for the male child, ranging from financial, educational, and entrepreneurial opportunities, mentorship, rehabilitation, and ultimately building a new generation of transformed male children.
We're actually committed. We want our greater tomorrow to be greater than us. I told Right Honorable Speaker that some of us we were age 50 plus before we entered the chambers. Today we have children that are between the ages of 12 down to 18 that have the opportunity of entering the chambers, not only entering the chambers, but also witnessing a session and how it's being run. You do not know, maybe by that you are inspiring some young chap up there.
In response, the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, and other lawmakers commended the initiative, adding that the male child must be well groomed and molded properly to ensure a responsible society.
In this institution, we do not discriminate. We do not know boy or girl. We do laws, that regulates, that guides, and protect our society. And we have child rights law, which was passed into law by this House, and it is to protect the rights of the children and ensure that every child goes to school from primary to secondary and is still in the system. And we also ensure that all our schools are being regulated by laws made by this House.
I must equally commend you, the First Lady, for the mode of selection. It cut across private, public, even the correctional home. I hail you and I salute you. And for the children that are here, let it be known that this is truly a privilege for you.
Initiating this program and for bringing the male child on board to train them, encourage them to become a good ambassador, well, is commendable.
In appreciation of the House of Assembly, the wife of the governor presented award and gifts to the Speaker of the House. Olatudo Yusuf, LTV News.
We sincerely apologize for the last story. Still ahead. Federal government declares Monday and Tuesday as public holiday for Eid al-Kabir celebration. That's in a moment. Stay with us.
Dear Lagosians, we are taking a stand for our city's health and future. The Lagos State government has banned styrofoam food containers to shield our environment and your well-being. Why? Because styrofoam made of polystyrene is linked to severe health risks like cancer, Parkinson's disease, and hearing loss. But the danger doesn't stop there. It is also non-biodegradable, meaning it will remain the same for the next 500 years, leading to clogged drains and increased flooding. Our oceans are also at risk. It harms marine life, disrupting the delicate balance of our ecosystem. Please, let us embrace the usage of only reusable plastic containers henceforth. If you are found using, selling, or distributing styrofoam food containers, these items will be confiscated and you will be prosecuted. Let's choose a safer path with reusable plastics. It's up to us to ensure a vibrant, healthier, and cleaner Lagos for generations to come. Enough is enough. Join the movement.
Many thanks for staying with us. Now, the federal government has declared Monday and Tuesday as public holidays to mark this year's Eid al-Kabir celebration. A statement by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Interior, Dr. Aishetu Gogo Ndayako, where the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubumi Tunji Ojo, made the declaration on behalf of the federal government and congratulated all Muslim Ummah, both at home and in the diaspora, on this occasion. He called on the Muslim Ummah to continue to imbibe the spirit of peace, kindness and sacrifice as exemplified by Prophet Ibrahim, and to also use the period to pray for unity, prosperity and the stability of our country. The minister assured that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is committed to safeguarding the lives and property of all Nigerians. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has arrived in Lagos ahead of Eid al-Kabir celebration. The president, who departed Abuja this afternoon, is to spend the Salah holidays in his home state. An earlier statement by the presidential advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngilale, states that the president will mark the occasion in prayers and reflection on advancing the transformation of Nigeria in line with his renewed hope agenda. The Lagos State government has appealed to residents to continue to maintain a cleaner environment as they celebrate the Eid al-Kabir this weekend. This was in a statement signed by the Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, where he re-emphasized the need for Lagosians to make the protection of the environment a priority during and after the Salah celebration. While wishing all Muslims a happy celebration, Wahab urged residents to respect the environment, bearing in mind that a lot of waste would be generated during the period and must be disposed properly after bagging and placement at designated points for pick by PSP operators. He said that the present administration is at the forefront of a continuous campaign for a healthier, safer, cleaner and flood-free environment, while encouraging residents to desist from acts that could have negative impact on the environment. The Commissioner, however, reminded Lagosians that the law against street trading is still in force, stressing that the state government would not tolerate any form of street trading, which includes display of ramps on major highways, road medians, walkways, lay-bys, gardens and parks across the state. Meanwhile, the Federal Road Safety Corps has deployed over 700 patrol vehicles with 200 mobile courts across the nation as part of strategies to checkmate road crashes and fatalities during the Eid al-Kabir celebration. The Corps Commander of the FRSC, Shehu Mohammed, highlighted some of the interventions at a press conference ahead of the festive period in Lagos. Joshua Morakinyo reports.
The high number of fatalities arising from road crashes in recent times are worrisome to anyone that plies the road. It is even more disturbing for this Federal Road Safety Corps since March 23, 2024, with interagency collaboration to have arrested 222 articulated vehicles for conveying human beings and animals. Corps Marshal's message delivered here at this briefing with stakeholders in attendance is to address this menace and highlight strategies for safer road.
We shall carry out aggressive enforcement, including conducting over 200 mobile courts operations with the aim of checking the following offenses: speeding and dangerous driving stroke overtaking, operation of mechanical deficient and rickety vehicles, loading of trailers with passengers, illegal use of the spy number plates. To achieve this, over 700 143 patrol vehicles, 184 administrative vehicles, 92 ambulances, 23 tow trucks, and 144 motorbikes are being deployed as part of the patrol logistics.
The sector commander also speaks on what is being done in Lagos to ensure safety on the roads.
We call on the motoring public, especially commuters, to know that the Corps cannot achieve a crash-free celebration unless they play their part by checkmating the excesses of these drivers anytime they transit from one destination to another. When drivers drive recklessly, it is your right as a commuter to speak up and report such drivers to FRSC operatives or any other security outposts on the highways.
Beyond the strategies deployed to manage the rising spate of accidents and fatalities during this festive period, there is also a clarion call to all motorists to take good care of their vehicles during this rainy season. Borrowing the words of the sector commander here, don't manage your cars because you can't manage your life. Joshua Murakinyo, LTV News, Lagos.
Thank you, Joshua. Privileged individuals have been asked to complement several government relief initiatives aimed at cushioning the effect of prevailing economic hardship in the country, especially this festive period. The Ojora of Ijora, Oba Abdul Fatai Arumire, made the call during the distribution of food items to his subjects in the spirit of Salah celebrations. Oba Arumire noted that the Lagos State government has embarked on several interventions aimed at ameliorating the suffering of its citizens, but requires encouragement through individual support and collaboration.
Gbogbo nǹkan náà kọ́ la máa ní kíjọba máa ṣe. Àná a gbọ́dọ̀ máa ran ìjọba lọ́wọ́ nítorí wọ́n bá ṣe fún. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ ran ìjọba lọ́wọ́. Èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ tọ́jú àwọn subject.
Beneficiaries commend the gestures of the royal father, describing it as timely succor for his subjects, the Salah.
They will know that they have somebody that is giving, they have them in mind.
He's reaching out to the people in this environment to commemorate his 30th years. He wants to give this material we have behind us here to the community, people around, so at least they can feed and have some good thing to say about this period.
We must make sure that these palliatives went around to the vulnerables that are really in need of this rice to celebrate Ilea.
Mire urges his subjects to remain peaceful and law-abiding as they prepare to celebrate Eid el-Kabir. Now, women have been advised to make extra efforts in nurturing their children and wards socially, economically, and spiritually. These and other future-enhancing skills were posited at the 2024 Muslim Sisters Seminar put together by the Office of a Lagos State First Lady. Aditola Kayode reports.
The Muslim Sisters Seminar is an annual event put together by the Office of the First Lady, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, to help women, especially the Muslim women, with skills, realities, and motivation to deal with the current challenges, realities, and opportunities. Wife of the Deputy Governor, Oluremi Hamzat, who represented her at the event, enjoined them to nurture some values and knowledge that will make their children stand out at home and in the outside world so they can be agents of positive change.
The Quran has provided guidelines for us to ensure that we fulfill our responsibility and dutiful wives and caring mothers in cultivating Islamic principles in our children so that they can be agents of positive change as well as healthy and balanced world.
Guests and participants at the unique celebration posited that it behoves government to craft and track legislations that will curb distasteful show of affluence and immorality in the society. They believe engaging in agropreneur and other entrepreneurial skills will help ease the impact of the current economic challenges in the country.
The time you spend with your family, the time you spend with your wife, with your children, with your friends, you will forget that those ones are part of existence, they are part of enjoyment of life. Nothing can replace them. Today, we have replaced family love, family ties with what? With our phones.
There are jobs that cannot be given to people who are not knowledgeable. There are jobs also that should not, for any reason, given to somebody who is not known to you, who cannot sabotage you.
Why is it that all those diseases that we didn't used to have back then, we have them now? Let us think in words. Our lifestyle has changed. We need to look into the things we consume ourselves, the things we give our children. If it is not good for you, it is not good for your child.
The theme for the 2024 Muslim Sisters Seminar is Society on the Brink, Islam to the Rescue. Adetola Kayode, OTV News.
Coming up, federal government seeks $500 million World Bank loan for rural roads and agriculture projects. That's in business news. Join us again.
On business news tonight, the federal government said it is seeking a $500 million loan from the World Bank for rural road infrastructure and agricultural marketing. Contained in the final draft of the Resettlement Policy Framework for the Nigeria Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project Scale Up, implemented by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the fund is expected to address the need for better connectivity in rural Nigeria, where 92 million people currently lack access to good roads. Meanwhile, the World Bank has approved a total sum of $2.25 billion for Nigeria to enable the federal government sustain its reform momentum, accelerate non-oil resource mobilization, and support poor Nigerians. In two separate financing interventions, the bank announced $1.5 billion for the country's Reforms for Economic Stabilization to Enable Transformation Development Policy Financing Program and $750 million for the Accelerating Resource Mobilization Reforms Program for Results. The World Bank said the combined package provided immediate financial and technical support to the country's urgent efforts to stabilize the economy and scale up support to the poor and most economically at risk. As this year's Eid al-Kabir celebration inches closer, traders at Mile 12 Market in Lagos and its environs have decried low patronage from customers, citing economic hardship, inflation, among other reasons, as causes.
The smallest bag here, we wish to sell 60,000 as of last week. So from now, this week, the thing increased to 90,000, even up to 100. So the biggest bag here now is up to almost 200,000. So which has never happened before. It has never happened in the history of this whatever.
This bag now, you know how much they sell? 100,000 big bag. Small like this one, they sell 50,000. 50,000. This rubber, this one 3,000 naira. That one 10,000. That everything it took costs.
Some residents at the popular Mile 12 Market in the K2 area of Lagos say they can only afford fewer quantities of consumables due to the continuous increase in prices.
Pepper where would they buy before? You will see pepper for 50,000, 30,000. Now it's 120. The bag that is following is 200,000. We cannot even buy anything. See, this bag where I carry come. This market you are seeing here now 30,000 naira market. Where we cannot even go inside shop to say and see anymore. No money, nothing.
Even dry pepper itself, we are buying dry pepper. One paint we are buying as of last week is 6,500, but as of today is 9,000 naira. So it's expensive, 10,000 now.
Some traders attribute the high cost of food items to cost of transportation, occasioned by the fuel subsidy removal and the lingering insecurity.
They are complaining that cost of transport is too much, and we are at the festive period. This is festive period. Normally things are expensive, but it is not up to this level because most of these things are on season. So now we don't know the season.
Before they carry our goods 8,000 per bags, but now they carry 12,000 to 13,000 per bags because there is no trucks. That is caused the shortage of the onions. And this our market is perishable. If there is plenty, the price will come down. If it's not plenty, the price will go high. There's not enough goods here. That is why the price go high.
Basket of tomatoes now, from north, we reach like 140,000 to come here. So no tomatoes in the market and the north. This small one where it is in the Cameroon tomatoes, I think you see how the basket be. Yesterday we were selling it at 45,000, 50,000. So that is why.
They are, however, calling on government at all levels to speed up action on the monetary policy tools designed to curb rising prices of commodity and inflation.
The highly anticipated 2024 Nigeria Rugby League season will kick off tomorrow with matches lined up for first competitions in the Southern Conference. General Manager Nigeria Rugby League Association Issa Lawal Salawa expressed optimism about the upcoming season while expecting intense contests in both conferences. Participating teams will compete in the men's, women's and under-19 categories, underscoring the Nigeria Rugby League dedication to inclusive growth and development at all levels. Lawal Salawa emphasized that the 2024 season holds significant promise for players, sponsors and fans. He affirmed commitment of the organizers to delivering exciting and competitive rugby experiences across both regions. The inclusion of men's, women's and under-19 teams will greatly enhance efforts to develop the sports throughout Nigeria. Salawa stated that the integrated approach will pave the way for university and school leagues, which are vital to a grassroots development strategy. The 2024 season is crucial for identifying local talent for the NLAS international fixtures, to showcasing players, skills and dedication on both national and international stages. The NLA GM called on potential sponsors to support the league and the Women's World Cup qualifier games against Kenya in September, adding that the sponsorship is essential to the continued growth and success of rugby league in Nigeria. Emphasizing the importance of consistency in achieving top performances, NLA Youth Development Manager Samson Okeowo said the league's success since 2018 has positively impacted players, making them some of the best in Africa and abroad. Okeowo is also an assistant coach of NLA's national men's team and the head coach of NLA's national women's team, vowed that the commitment will continue with the 2024 season, featuring both Northern and Southern Conference leagues. 6 games are scheduled for the opening day in the league, starting with the under-19 tie between CMS Trinity and Toibat Rhinos. After a pivotal meeting in Lagos, the Nigeria Mixed Martial Arts Federation, NMAF, has arrived at various resolutions geared towards developing the game in the country. According to the president of NMAF, Ambassador Henry Judge, efforts are on to secure support for International Mixed Martial Arts Federation, IMAF, through equipment funding for grassroots initiatives. George also announced NMAF's strategic partnership with Brave Africa, aimed at elevating and providing opportunities for qualified athletes to compete on international stages. Aside plans to organize specialized seminars for coaches and referees, the board charged the technical personnel to acquire valid NMAF coaching certificates in order to be recognized at state and national levels. Some of the achievements of the Federation include addition of MMA to the list of scoring events in the National Youth Games this September, the National Sport Festival in January 2025, and a 4-medal All of Team Nigeria to the last African Games in Ghana. Area of doping remains concerning to the national body, as MMA coaches will now require anti-doping certification in addition to their coaching credentials. For gender inclusivity, collaborations with NAWIS will ensure women's active participation in MMA championship. The NMAF promised total dedication to this resolution, which it believed would significantly contribute to the sport's development and the athletes' success on international platforms.